conceptualize the cover, what do you have to keep in mind to make sure that it will be attractive? I mean, does color have
Well, the
anything
thing
to
is,
do with
you know,
it?
this is not like something that they just decide on the day itself or the minute that they shoot this. No, we present concepts already for the cover, even maybe 2 months or 3 months before we shoot. We have this thing called an editorial lineup meeting, where we decide who will be on the cover, not just for the issue that's about to come out, but even 2 issues further down in the calendar, no, and
What
yeah.
about
So
taglines? I mean,
Well,
those are all conceptualized even 2 months
the
before.
taglines, well, at least like what I learned in last year in that seminar in Stanford, no, even like the taglines, they already try to forecast what taglines are going to be there like 2 months in advance. But the way we do publishing here is that, of course, it'll depend on what material you have
Yes.
before you go to the printer, no.
Right.
But
So, yeah. So how long does it take to create one magazine?
it's pretty much as
the
soon
whole
as
process from
2 months
scratch
or-
till printing.
from scratch to printing.
3 months?
I'd say maybe 3 months minimum.
3 months, okay. And then let's say January until March, and then suddenly something happens in February. You
So
scrap
insert.
everything.
Like all of a sudden, Pacquiao wins. So
Well, that's the thing, no. Versus newspapers, which are laid out, let's say 3
Yeah.
3 days or 4 days before it goes to printing. This one, it's not as flexible, no. So it can't react as fast to breaking news, for example, that happens when you near the release date of
Yes.
Has
the
it ever
magazine.
happened
No?
that you shot someone for the cover and then all of a sudden you decided, yeah, let's not use her or him? And did they ever say, hey, what's up with my cover? And do they get paid for posting?
Well, in the U.S., celebrities and let's say models, they're paid to
Be on the cover.
to be on the cover, for example. Now, but
Here?
but here, it's the mentality. It's almost the reverse because the mentality is more.
Everybody wants to be on the
no,
cover.
yeah, well, it's more service to the
To the celebrity.
to the celebrity.
Yes.
So they don't
Then a
really
service-
mind, and then has it ever happened that you?
Well,
shot
in very
someone
rare
and
in
they
very
did
rare cases, of course, like sometimes, at least here in the Philippines, we practice sponsored covers where an advertiser comes in and buys the cover and then says, okay, we want to put this personality. But of course, that's a negotiation with the publisher because, of course, the publisher has to keep in mind just the overall branding of the magazine, because even if, like, for example, if they say, okay, we'll put that person, but if putting that person on the cover will damage the magazine's performance in the long run, then
Okay.
Then
So
we
in the
opt
process
not
of
to.
creating a magazine, what is the most difficult part for you?
The concepts are always good. I mean, you'll find a lot of people who
Come up with
with
so many ideas.
which can rival, those of, like, let's say in the US, but it's really down to the execution in terms of the detail that you put in the writing, the detail you put in the production of the photographs, especially the layout. What I notice is that the layout artists, especially, like, for example, in the States, are much more progressive than what we have here. When you open like a magazine like, let's say, GQ or Vanity Fair, it's just so interesting. It
Like
your
every
eye
page.
just
It's like
gets
stylista. They
Yeah.
gotta put everything
it
together.
just gets your eyes just they wander, and then it's
Can't
almost
be
like
too
it's almost
busy,
it's almost like a
can't be-
feast. Like it's so visually interesting. Whereas here, well, the thing is, like, a lot of magazine people, from the writers to the editors to the art directors to people who lay out the pages, they come from newspapers or they have newspaper background.
So they know what they're
So
Aha.
when they come in, they often still think in terms of newspapers, and the layout for newspapers and magazines are different.
In what way?
Well, magazines are
You gotta catch attention right
yeah.
away.
Well, it's a 2-page versus a newspaper where it's just really
Broad,
you work on one page. This one is a 2-page spread, so you can lay out your photos, text, and even like your titles, your blurbs, your subtitles in a way that can maximize the 2-page space. That's, for example, like one thing that a magazine can do that a newspaper can't is that, for example, if you have a photo spread, let's say full page photos.
Like this. So everything's conceptualized. How do they know that there would be a picture of Ninoy there, or you already had an existing one? Or
So,
you
for example,
already
in this case, this photo was probably already even planned
Way before.
several months even before it was shot.
So they did know that there's an existing poster.
Yeah.
This
So they
way.
probably are the writers or the photographer or the art director
already visited the
already
house.
visited the house and said, okay, we'll do it like this. And then when the photographer and the writer shot this photo, the art director is normally supposed to already be there and say, okay, give me some space on the left side so I can put the blurs.
Right.
What year was this? Let me see.
Any particular reason why they don't put the dates of certain magazines?
outside,
in front?
uh-huh.
So you kind of.
Well, it depends.
When you're looking for a certain magazine, it's a little harder.
It depends, no? There's some that just put like volumes or
Right.
editions, and there's some that put the time. There's no real general rule to it.
2007.
2007, not bad. Hey, Ips, we only have like 5 minutes to go, so I
Okay.
want to ask you, what are the 5 things you're gonna do the minute you get to New York?
Okay, so the minute I get there, well, aside from settling in, I'll be in the graduate dorm. I'll be just basically going around the city and start shopping for just looking at companies that I would like to intern or work for. No, so those would be, of course, like, well, you have the Time Inc. group, which is the publisher of Time. Well, of course, you have the Cory
Yes,
on the
the Cory,
on the
yes.
cover, no, of Time. So so that's a big group. That's Time. They're also the publishers of Fortune, Sports Illustrated, and Wallpaper. And of course, you have like Condé Nast. It's the publisher of Vogue, Men's Vogue, GQ, Details, Vanity Fair, W. And then there's also Hearst, which is the publisher of 17, Esquire, Marie Claire, Town and Country.
You're looking into staying there, not coming home.
Well, I would like to work for a large multinational magazine group.
Okay, but
Yeah.
it doesn't, not in particular like lifestyle and fashion. It can also be business.
Well, yeah, I'm thinking more either travel and lifestyle, like travel and leisure or something.
Right.
Something like that.
Okay.
Nice.
Travel and leisure.
So this is
Centerpoint,
this is
right?
actually the publisher of this is American Express.
Oh.
So, but on top of this, they publish like maybe 5 other lifestyle magazines.
What do you
So,
think you're gonna miss from here?
well, of course, I miss like my friends, like Cutie.
Your good food in your house, Freddie, your excellent
She
cook.
will miss that.
I'm gonna, miss. Of course, I'm gonna miss my friends, and family,
And Bambi.
and my little dog.
What kind of dog is that?
A dog,
Really small,
A dog that
like-
caused a really huge
Yeah.
accident. like from
Oh.
It's long, but that's a completely different episode already. That's
Yeah, we'll need a whole episode for that. With 1 minute to go, that might be a little hard. Any word of advice for those as people that are aspiring to get into the
okay. My advice lang is, I guess, you only have one life to live, so find something that you really enjoy. Because if you enjoy what you do, you'll never be mediocre. And find what you love to do and see where it takes you.
Right.
Okay, so I guess I'll taste the Japanese rice after 2 years.
It's really good.
Yeah, I know. Okay, I know.
Oh
I
my
know.
gosh.
She
You know
keeps
the good thing
telling me
about him, he
that.
doesn't even need like preparation. He just looks at the cookbook and he just goes for it. And we're like taste
Okay,
test
2
people.
years.
More than willing
I
to
will
go
wait.
there. So we will miss your cooking.
Well, I'll see you guys in New York.
Oh, yeah, I'll
Okay.
definitely see you in New York.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay,
Jen.
thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you
everybody.
very much.
And good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck. I hope you find a good company. I mean, they would be blessed to have you.
I know you're so excited to leave. We hate to see you go, but I'm so sure you're going to prepare New York for us for when we get there.
Pave the way. I will pave the way.
Pave the way. Pave it well, my dear.
So thank you again, Ipe. And magkita-kita po tayo sa susunod na Sabado dito po sa She Said, She Said.